All right, geometry, chapter 5, section 5.1, mid-segments of triangles. So chapter 5 is like a hodgepodge triangle or section or chapter. So you just kind of take a couple things from each one, each section. So this is mid-segments of triangles. All right, so what a mid-segment is it's a segment connecting the midpoints of two sides of a triangle. So two sides. And again, that should make sense because to be a segment, you need to have two endpoints, right? And notice that we call it a mid-segment because it connects the midpoints of two sides of a triangle. So very important here, that's this idea of midpoints of two sides of a triangle, and that's a mid-segment. So there is this theorem called the triangle mid-segment theorem. So it says if a segment joins the midpoint of two sides of a triangle, so if a segment is a mid-segment, then two things. Number one, the segment is parallel to the third side, and number two, it's half as long as the third side. So in this picture, D and E are midpoints. That means that DE is the mid-segment. So this is your mid-segment. So it's going to be parallel to the third side. So that means AB is your third side because it's not being intersected. So that means it's parallel to AB, and DE is half as long as AB. Now, another way to think about this last part is if DE is half as long as AB, then AB is twice as long as DE. So that could be another way to think about it, okay, in these problems. So to illustrate this idea, let's go into Desmos geometry, and let's go ahead and talk about this theorem, okay? All right, so get me out of here. Let's go to Desmos geometry. Okay, so I'm just going to draw any triangle. Again, I'll just use segments. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Any triangle will do. I'll do this funky looking triangle, okay? And let's call it triangle ABC, right? Just to make it easy. And again, I don't care what two sides you find the midpoints of. So let's just follow the theorem in the picture, right? So they found the midpoints of AC and CB. So AC was D and CB or BC was E. So AC, they found the midpoint of. So remember, more tools, midpoint. So AC and then BC, right? Is that true? Let me double check. Yeah, BC. So AB was the third side. So let's leave AB as the third side here as well. There we go. Okay, there's my other midpoint. And they called this one D and this one E. Okay, so let's connect D and E together with a segment. And I'll color it a different color just because I can. Green is my favorite color. So there we go. So there's your mid-segment. So that means that AB, let's color it orange, is the third side. So two things. Number one, it should be parallel. Now again, if I move C at all because I constructed this, they should remain looking parallel. Now, how can I check to see if they're parallel? Well, I can use one of our pairs of angles with parallel lines. Let's use corresponding angles. Let's measure angle B. Measure A, B, C. That's 125. What other angle should be 125 degrees? The angle at E. Let's measure this one. D, E, C. Look, 125. And if I move C, look at the angle measure. 99, 99, 76, 76. 123, 123. They stay the same. If corresponding angles are congruent, lines are parallel. Great. And now, what about this 1/2 relationship? Let's look at DE, or let's find AB. So AB, let's add its length. 7. I couldn't have done that in my sleep if I tried. Exactly 7? Are you kidding me? That's why I'm a good math teacher, because I can draw things in their perfect lengths. Don't tell my wife I said perfect. Okay, so that means that DE has to be half of 7. What am I going to the calculator for? I know what half of 7 is. Half of 7 is 3.5. Let's measure that. So click on DE, 3.5. Boom. And I don't know if I want to do it. Okay, I'll move it. Oh, watch this go away. Okay. Let's move A. Oh, no. Watch it move. Let's go. Let's see if we can make it 5. Oh, good. 2.5. The relationship stays the same. It's half the third side. Great. I love Desmos geometry. It's a great to bring to life these like paper ideas, right? It's really cool. Okay, so hopefully you enjoy it as well, as much as I do. All right, so I'm going to do another video with 2 problems for your homework.